Oh, what's good, guys? Inswain with Inswain Audio. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, dog, where have you been? Make sure to subscribe and join the family. We missed you. Welcome, welcome. If you notice, I'm wearing the same hat and hoodie as the last video. That's because I am. I just recorded it. I literally just started editing it, and this idea came to me, and I was like, I just want to record this real quick. I don't even have like an outline or anything. I don't read scripts, but I make outlines. I don't have any of that. It just came to me, so I'm just going to freestyle this off the top. Let's get into it. All right, so I think I'm going to title this like why your mix sounds bad or something. And anyways, the reason that your mix, my mix, anyone's mix sounds bad is because you didn't have an end goal. And obviously you did. You had an end goal is to mix the song. But what I mean is you didn't have a vision for what the song is going to or should sound like. And I noticed this for myself that my best mixes, the mixes that came out that were like easy and I was like impressed and surprised myself, were always the songs that right when I started working on them, for whatever reason, I was like, I know exactly where I want to take this. Whether it was because I really vibed with the song or I was really acquainted with the genre or it just resonated with me for some reason, or I don't even honestly know why sometimes I'll hear a song and I'm like, I know exactly what vibe I need to go with this. Whenever that happens, the mix comes out great and it's super easy to do. Anytime me or anyone I know struggles with a mix, it's because we start doing things just kind of like out of the process and trying to find our way to the finish line during it, but we didn't have a roadmap to begin with. And I don't know why this is. Like, maybe I'll make a part 2 and follow up on this when I have some time to think about it and I come up with an answer. I don't really have an answer as to why this is yet, but I just know that it pretty much rings true. Is if you can envision what the mix should sound like, you're going to be much happier with the results as opposed to just trying to freestyle it like I am with this video and get to the end, right? It's like if you go out on a hike or something, right? And you know where you want to go, you have a destination, you can look at a map or something or find the trail and know how to get there. But if you just still go out and start wandering around the woods, the likelihood that you're going to end up somewhere desirable is very slim, right? It's the same thing with mixing. Like if you have an idea of like, I want this to sound like, I want the song to be like an indie vibe with like a rough vocal or something, and you really feel that's going to fit the emotion, you'll know how to do it and you're going to get there and you're going to like it more than if you just started mixing the song and you're just like EQing and then compressing and then see where you end up. That usually doesn't work, at least not as well as when you have that clear idea in mind. So now that we kind of understand that, how do we fix it? I think broadening your horizon and listening to more mixes is going to give you more final destinations to chase after, right? If you're mixing, I don't know why I'm on the indie. If you're mixing an indie song, but you don't know what an indie song should sound like, how are you supposed to know what it's going to end up like when you mix your song, right? But if you were an avid listener of indie music, you would hear a rough indie song that you have to mix and you'd be like, oh, it kind of reminds me of this song. Let me take it this way, right? That's going to give you that destination, to bring it back to our analogy. And this also brings me to my second and final point, which is reference tracks. If you hear a song that you need to mix and it reminds you or has a similar vibe to a song that you know and you like the mix of, your reference track, choose that as your reference. And now you have a final destination and it's a concrete example. You could even like A-B it back and forth and like listen to the frequencies and be like, all right, my destination has more 200 hertz, right? Like you can get really specific instead of just like in your head, like, yeah, I want it to be an indie vibe. Like, that's a destination, but it's like a wide, vague destination, right? It's like going to a whole state. Whereas when you have a reference song, it's like, I want to end up in this city, in this state, on this street, right? You have an exact pinpoint location. So kind of like the answer to everything is like, use reference tracks, right? Like if you want your song to be warmer, how warm do you make it? Listen to your reference track. If you want it to be crispier, how crispy do you make it? Listen to your reference track. Any question you could ever have that's not like technical, like, what is a ratio on a compressor? Any like question that isn't technical like that, your reference track or reference tracks is going to give you the answer. I don't really know what else to say about that. I'm like talking to myself here. Like I need to start doing this more, having this mindset. I use reference tracks, but like having this mindset of like, before I mix a song, think of the final destination and make sure I have one in mind before I kind of dig in. Anyways, I hope that one helped you. I know it helped me, so I hope it helps you guys. Let me know in the comments below. But yeah, just a little freestyle video off the top. Anyways, guys, it's Inswain with Inswain Audio. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share, name your firstborn child after me. I'd really appreciate it. It helps with the algorithm, especially the naming the child part. YouTube loves that. Inswain with Inswain Audio. Peace.